Good Friday to everybody. So, there's just so much going on. So I follow human ascension and DNA activation channels. They're two separate. And if you guys are like me, they are like overload of information. And so sometimes, excuse me, I'm getting out of here. Sometimes like it interests me because when I watch these different videos that tell us our different shifts and where we are and X, Y, and Z, what's happening to our community and all this stuff, sometimes like it's just way too much information. Like I had to shut it off for a week. I'm like, there's nothing better than like feeling my own divine ascension, fulfilling my own DNA changes. I don't constantly need someone to tell me what the guides are doing for the general, because I think if some people are like me, we don't operate in the mass collective level. We operate in pieces. And sometimes like I'll get ahead of everyone, and then all of a sudden there's a pause. Then I'll get ahead of everyone again, and then I get bombarded by, either toxic people or, distractions, family or whatnot. So I just want to encourage everybody to like not focus on, I have to stay current. Because if someone's telling you there's DNA changes, the ascension process is here, the event is going to happen, it doesn't mean that incorporates you. I think the most offensive thing that I had this year was last month. I made a good friend off of this whole journey, this divine destination that we're all going. But this person had the nerve to tell me, and I've shared it before in a video, this person had the nerve to tell me that, well, everything is in process and it's gonna go, but then you're not part of it. But then eventually you will. And I'm like, I didn't need somebody to foresee something in my future and then tell me that's not gonna happen right now, it's gonna happen later. I need my guides and my own journey to reveal that to me. Though we share the same reality because we're all in the same conscious existence, the journeys are still significant of each person's own, it's not like each of us has a different reality. We all have one reality because we use the same vocabulary. Some people just don't use certain words than others, but we all realize the same thing at the same time. And sometimes when people realize it, it doesn't mean that they're physically going through it. Other people might physically go through it and not realize they're going through it. That's the difference between, that's how people make the mistake of saying the word, oh, but it's my reality and I'm in control of my reality. No, you're not, because everyone who is speaking out to the existence of is quantumly creating that and manifesting it for the rest of us. But a lot of times when I watch these videos and I hear what they have to say, I'm like, okay, tell me something new. Tell me what else. And then I think what happens is it sort of conditions people who can't seek things for themselves, be it through meditation or doing writings, prophetic writings, premonition, whatever you want to call it, visions in your dreams. If you don't know how to tap into those gifts to do them, then you shouldn't be like trying to get answers. Like there's steps to all this. And if you guys watch, there's a video that I say about a random encounter turned into really good validation. There's something that I mentioned, and it was that I lost my train of thought. But basically, the guy was saying how, this thing is not for everybody. Only some people can get to a certain level in this, but most people can't handle it. And I think it's a true statement. And I think a lot of people who come across me know that I'm someone who has barely learned how to handle it. But I'm not to toot my horn, but people criticize me a lot, and it's okay, I can handle it now. But I think had someone not been able to prevail through these certain shifts and suffer through the dark night of the soul, because that is the final chapter in this journey, I wouldn't be here making this video right now. I wouldn't be breaking my silence. I would have been like everyone else, quiet and thinking that they're crazy. But I'm here to tell people that you're not crazy, that there is a bigger picture outside of the paradox. So, so I want to encourage people to know that the changes are here. Yeah, they're happening. Yes, you feel them. You feel them when you wake up in the morning. You're very sluggish and it's hard to move. Sometimes your bones are very achy. These are what's happening with the DNA changes. The density in the bones are becoming more heavier, and the outer side of the body is not adapting to it yet. So once our cells in our body can manipulate the density, it'll understand the code of, I don't know what I'm saying, but I know it's coming through me from somewhere else. Once the molecules and red blood cells adapt to the lymphatic system and the lactic acid that's around your bones, it will then start to, you will feel some hardening. I'll just show you guys. So this is what's happening. I'll show you. Check this out. So you see my arm, it looks like that it's peeling, but it's not. So that's something that you'll start to see is changes of your skin coloration. And then once that clears, it will start to become white, or you'll see, like when people are albino. This is something that I was told and shown a long time ago. And I think it's really interesting and beautiful, but anyways, I wish you all a good day. This is just a little update. The changes are here, but you don't have to keep going from video to video to video to video to get the same answer. But also be cautious that these people who channel these messages, they're not really helping at all, because overpowering us with so many different human ascension messages, it sometimes doesn't register with our soul. And then sometimes they do. I think the messages from not to be crazy, but the messages that come from Palladians are messages that are from our divine masculine, feminine. Those are great because they always seem to find you at the moment that you're about to question something, and that's how you really resolve the angst and anxiousness of what's going on right now. I don't know what's going on. So stay encouraged, everyone, and look for those changes of your body. Bye.